I'm just gonna take them off as soon as I leave.
That's why we have the little stapler.
South Park number 5 coming at you. Today we're going to be reviewing and breaking down all of the crazy medical type situations this hilarious show has to offer. But before we get into it, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Dr. Jordan Wagner. I'm an ER doctor. If you enjoy the educational reaction videos and other stuff that you see here on this channel, please hit that subscribe button and turn your bell notifications on. That way you learn when I post a new video. Let's dive right in.
What have we got?
Not sure. Looks like a possible code 56.
I don't know what a code 56 is at all. At the hospital, we definitely have codes, but they're color coordinated. A security alert, child abducted, but I don't know what a code 56 is.
You're going to be okay, baby.
Get me 50 cc's of ketamine, stat! And get something for the kid, too.
Ketamine. So we used to not use ketamine a lot. They actually sometimes could have what you call a bad trip or a bad experience. So ketamine can actually cause you to get really nauseous and vomit a lot, and it also can cause you to have hypersalivation. The medication is called a dissociative hypnotic. So it's actually like hypnotizes you and you're nobody's home. And if you don't get it right, you can send somebody into what's called a K-hole. Doctors at hospitals don't have access to the medications in the machines. There's been potential abuse in the past, so now we don't have access to it.
Doctor, did you find out what's wrong with him?
I'm afraid he's running out of time.
What?
Why? What's wrong with him?
It's his time. It's running out.
I don't know if the doctor's trying to be philosophical, but everybody's time is running out. So what is he talking about?
Cartman is in the hospital. They think he might die.
Well, what's wrong with it?
Well, nobody seems to know, but we think it's because he drank Kenny's soul 4 weeks ago. Kenny's ashes were in an urn, and Cartman drank it thinking it was chocolate milk mix.
Oh no! Gross! That's disgusting. The ashes of a dead body is meat burnt to a crisp, as well as bone in there that doesn't necessarily get broken down. So the question ends up being, can you be horribly sick from it? People eat their own placenta, different societies that are cannibalists, maybe upset stomach, indigestion, different things that might make you queasy, but are you gonna die? Unlikely. I think I have more questions than I have answers after watching this clip.
What happened to him, doctor? From the test results, it would appear your child was tortured by a bully. He received a massive snuggie. His underwear pulled up so high it nearly killed him. He also received 2 Indian sunburns on his forearms.
What? First of all, bullying, don't do it. There's no place for it, and karma comes around. That's all I'm gonna say. Bad wedgies. You can actually cause lacerations, you can cause tears. Then you have these Indian sunburns when you like rub the skin really, really hard. So if you actually like rub the skin, your own skin, then you can cause an abrasion, a scar, and injury there.
A Charlie horse on the thigh and a 2nd-degree titty twister.
Okay, nipple twister, titty twister. Very painful, obviously. And sometimes actually old techniques in the hospital where people were unconscious and not knowing if they're awake or not, people would typically try to like squeeze that area. We don't do that anymore.
And from the damage to his head area, it appears he was also given a swirly.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a swirly is when you put somebody's head in a toilet, turn it on, and it spins down. I don't understand that. Drop somebody in a porcelain toilet and cause some head trauma. You can cause compression fractures of the neck. Don't do these things. You can cause serious injury without really your initial intention.
Jesus Christ, I've never seen so many Indian sunburns and titty twisters in my life. Get a cold towel on that pink belly.
It's a pandemic of Indian sunburns and titty twisters.
Another wet willy?
Worst one yet.
Give the poor kid some morphine.
He's giving him morphine for a wet willy. I mean, maybe you could have a perforated eardrum if you stick it in too far or cause too much impression and barotrauma to the area. But again, you still don't give morphine for that. You give ibuprofen or Tylenol. This is the whole episode on bullying, and that is totally unacceptable. Some parents don't even know that their kid is bullying other kids. Personality disorders that could be going on, mental disorders that can be going on. So if you or somebody you know is getting bullied or did get bullied, there is resources out there. There's a website called stopbullying.gov. And then obviously guidance counselors, principals, coaches, social workers. You know, there's people out there that can help.
This is gonna be totally cool, you guys. It's not gonna work. Just come down
Oh my
from there.
gosh.
Yay, Cartman, fly, fly, fly! The magic of flight.
No, not gonna work. Oh! We knew this was a bad idea. Everybody on the planet knew it was a bad idea. At least he's wearing a helmet. That was smart-ish. And so that building at least was 2 stories, which is 20 feet. So when we have major injuries, it is typically greater than 3 times someone's height. If somebody lands on their feet, you can have calcaneal fractures, which is the bone on your heel, but they can have compressive force that goes all the way up, fracturing your spine. Are you landing on a flat surface, or are you landing on an object that's on the flat surface, which then can cause your back to snap and cause injury?
Well, what's wrong with him?
I'm afraid that your son is incredibly stupid.
We wouldn't typically say that right away. I mean, there could be a conversation later relating to trying to do this was not smart, and that word could come out, but not relating to the individual themselves.
The stupidity is so severe that it caused a fall, which has put him into a deep coma.
Coma? My God, for how long?
There's no telling. He may never recover. We'll just have to wait and see.
So there are times when we do a medically induced coma, which we put somebody on sedation to rest, to allow us to get everything that we need to get done at the hospital. Then you have people who are unconscious without sedation, which is a type of coma. And then you actually do different neurologic tests to see if there's any brain activity or not. And then you question, will somebody ever recover after 3 days? A lot of times if they're brain dead, probably not the best situation. If you fall off a roof and you land on your head, could you end up in a situation like Eric? Yes. Is it common? Probably not that common, but it can happen.
Don't make me swallow this. I'll do it.
What is it?
Is that an M&M? It's an almond M&M. I'm very allergic to almonds. Please.
Oh.
Just leave me alone. Oh, shit. Don't let him swallow it. Pry his mouth open. He ate it.
Nut allergy is super common. You get people most of the time, they don't eat the nut because they know, but maybe they had a cookie or something was made in a similar factory, cross-contamination. Allergic reactions are life-threatening, literally life-threatening. The amount of swelling can cut off your airway. So that's why it's important to have an EpiPen around if you have an allergy, and then get to the hospital ASAP.
Your friend has had a severe allergic reaction.
Can we please just try and talk to him?
All right, but don't take too long.
It doesn't work that way. You can't have that many visitors at the hospital. You have to get checked out, especially nowadays. The person's there to recover and the hospital staff is there to help. If there's so many people in the room, we can't get our jobs done. So you have to think about it that way. Oh my gosh, look how swollen his face is. Holy cow, common and allergic reaction. Some people will come into the hospital with something called angioedema, which is almost like an allergic reaction, but it's not. It's swelling just specifically of the face, and most of these people come in with swelling of their tongues and their neck. We still will throw the kitchen sink at a patient with all the medications that we would use for an allergic reaction. It is very scary, dealt with this many, many times, and sometimes you even have to cut somebody's neck open and stick a tube in their neck. Crazy.
Hi, Dr. Loud.
How's my little piggy today?
Hey, don't call me a little piggy.
I just say that because you're my...
Ah, you just call him a little piggy because it's his buddy. No, name calling in general, do not do.
All you have to do is read the letters. Can you see the letters?
Yes?
All right, read them out for me.
I am a little piggy.
No, that was just a weird...
A carrot a day, that is hilarious. Supposedly the carrot is really good for your eye, and the fact that he is an optometrist. Normally you'd see an apple a day keeps the doctor away, so this is like carrot a day keeps the doctor away.
1 or 2?
2.
No, the answer is 1, piggy. 1.
I hate you.
Yes, there's obviously a problem with your eyes. You've got a small stigmatism that's causing all the problem.
I'm just gonna take him off as soon as I leave.
That's why we have the little stapler.
Ow! Son of a...
What? Well, we actually will use staples sometimes to the scalp for laceration repairs, but typically we won't use it on the face. We don't need to staple and put big holes in it, which could leave scars. So astigmatism is complicated. It has to do with like lenses and curves, and basically the eye shape on the inside structurally has 2 vision points, so it can cause some blurriness, and that's why we have doctors specifically just for the eyes, because it's such an intricate structure and so important to our everyday life. I love all of South Park. So funny, so entertaining. Let me know which episodes or scenes that I need to check out for another video. And if you guys like this, check out the full series right here. And as always, subscribe, turn those bell notifications on. Thank you so much for watching, and stay healthy, my friends.